NPCs? Like, what are you even
Why
talking
is it-
about over here? What is more urgent than this?
It's literally right there. It's
Do you
right
see it?
there. Like, you guys,
I can
what are
see
you
the
doing?
light reflecting.
Why are you just
I
standing
can see the light
there?
reflecting on the
What are
inside
you
of it.
looking at?
Look at this.
What? Excuse me, sir? Did you not? Do you not see that, sir? Hello.
Impending doom much? Just nope. Like, I expect to see
Wow,
like people should
okay.
be running around the tower like, oh my god, we all gonna die. We gonna die. We gonna die.
Zavala should be like battle
He
stations.
should be.
You know, like what?
He should be, but
You should
look at
be
that thing.
there.
Look at the size. Look at the size of
Oh
that.
my god, it's freaking huge.
Oh man, death is imminent. I don't know if it's getting closer, or if I'm just, if I'm getting smaller. But I feel pretty small. I'm just gonna hide behind
Yeah,
you.
no, it's definitely getting closer.
Just gonna sit back here.
I mean, okay, you can do that, but it's I don't know.
You're
It's
the
just
one that
gonna make a
needs
difference.
nerfs. It'll probably just bounce off of you and like fly on.
I don't need.
Hey.
You need nerfs.
Stop. I'm trying to. There we go. No, Garrett, stop it with your arc soul.
What?
Charge
my
up one of those
arc
arc
soul.
soul thingies and just. So this is what I'm talking about. Okay, look at the size of this thing. I thought we were setting up Rasputin's interplanetary defense system in order to take this thing down. And when we say interplanetary defense system, we mean it. Like, there are towers on Earth, on the moon, on Mars, on Io. Right? Io. Yeah, on Io. Like, assuming
Io.
that this was a multiple planet ready defense system, I thought that, like, he would be like chipping away at it over time. Like, what is he supposed to do? What? Look at how big that thing is. There's no way there's no way.
It's literally right
There is
there.
no way they're telling me that he can atomize this thing with one shot or two shots or in such a way that it does not cause a cataclysmic debris shower. Like, I don't know how you destroy that thing and you don't also harm the Earth at the same time. It just doesn't seem possible because that thing is almost the size of Mercury in width. So, I'm just wondering how, really. I just don't know how. Which is why I came up with all those kooky theories last night. Like, maybe Rasputin isn't going to hit the Almighty at all. Maybe he knows. Look at this thing. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you not see it? Hello? Giant globe. Orb of Titleist.
Hello?
Dude, the Orb of Titleist is not talking to us.
Hello, traveler. Hi.
So yes, it's still broken.
Hello?
Are you? You know what? I think it's repairing itself. I think this entire time it has been doing self repairs, and if this is Collapse 2.0, runaway globe never come back. That's exactly what's happening here. That's exactly what's happening here. He is
I
preparing.
mean, your theory last night was pretty interesting. Like, what if it tries to leave again? And Rasputin's
I
like,
accounted for that. Like,
I think we've already had
yeah,
this talk.
like I wonder, like if Rasputin, I wonder if Rasputin's just biding his time, waiting to see if the Traveler is going to try and leave, and when the Traveler does, imagine he hit it in such a way that like stopped it just long enough for the Almighty to go crashing right into it, and that's how he planned to stop it.
Maybe. You ready to go? Do you want to go to the
Yeah,
crucible or
let's
something?
go. Because that thing is fucking huge.
Okay. Yeah.
How are we gonna stop this thing?
It's
And
it's
I know
literally
that darkness
right
thing
there.
was far-fetched.
Like, it actually,
it actually what?
it's actually like right there, like super close. It's super close.
Yeah.
It's super
Like, if we can
close.
see it this well,
It looks like, yeah, like I don't know. I'm actually,
flabbergasted, kind of worried, scared, foreboding.
yeah, yeah. Like we need to do something like ASAP. Rasputin, if you've got
Like, I
your faculties on
thank you.
straight,
Like, I feel like he should have been chipping away at that thing a couple of light years ago, because at the rate it's flying,
right?
I don't see him doing like a one-off shot that'll just obliterate the thing instantly. It just seems weird that it would be that approach. And then it got me thinking about the darkness and how we seem to have two cataclysmic events converging on one another. Like, what's to say that they don't mix together in some way? And that's what got me thinking. That's what got me thinking what I was thinking about. The darkness is on its way here. They have a certain trajectory and a certain time they're gonna arrive. The Almighty is on a certain trajectory as to when it's supposed to arrive. Now I know the pyramids are really far back as Europa, but I just I don't see it. I don't know how we gonna die. And whatever's happening, Bungie doesn't want to tell us. Like, I would love I feel like a doomsday scenario, like the Almighty, like him shooting the Almighty out of the sky, or one of those pieces of debris hitting the Traveler and cracking it open. And that'll become the new PlayStation.
Imagine if we actually got to go inside the Traveler. Like, what's in there?
We should. I feel like we should. Honestly. Like, as much as I'd want to go inside of a pyramid ship, I am
control
10 times more curious about what the inside of the Traveler is, looks like, or what's piloting it.
Yeah. It'd be great if the Traveler talked to us. Like the darkness did.
Talked to us before the Traveler did.
Hold the zones.
I had to think about that.
Right? The darkness was ready. The darkness was like,
and again,
hey, here's the yeah. The darkness was like, hey, here's the story of the beginning of time from my perspective.
Traveler has no counter argument. Traveler didn't even with the news that the darkness spoke to us. Where's the counter argument from the Traveler?
None.
No counter argument. No efforts.
No.
No love. God, help me. Help me, please.
Jeez.
There's somebody coming around the corner, boo. Okay.
What can stop you if you fight
Alright.
together?
But yeah,
Zone
I'm
C,
really
no.
trying to glean like some understanding from these entities in the, oh my gosh. I'm really trying to glean some kind of understanding from these entities in the way they're operating.
You're getting stronger.
Because even the
as you
darkness
fight.
just seems more
I love
proactive
it.
than the Traveler at this point.
Yeah, the darkness is way more proactive.
And I wonder why. It makes me wonder if the Traveler is like... Because they seem cut from the same cloth.
They are. I mean, if you believe what the darkness is saying in that lore book, the
I have no reason to believe not. I have no reason to not believe it.
Basically, they're two sides of the same coin.
Now, my question is, with that
Right.
kind of duality always present in good and evil, the Traveler's vessel is obviously that, a vessel born of a certain ideology, right? What if
Yeah.
the Traveler is like a rogue being and it stole that ship? You know what I mean, right?
It stole that ship.
Why else would the darkness
No.
be following it
Zone C
so
captured.
closely?
Zone advantage
Why does
is
it
yours.
seem to have the same ability, just tuned to a different frequency? What if whatever's piloting that is the same kind of creature that's, piloting the darkness ships, except it's just piloting this
Zone
ball?
B captured. Power
Because
play.
we've already seen
Keep
that
the pressure
light
on.
is represented by a ball, round, spherical, and that the darkness is represented by these triangles, pyramids, etc.
Right.
I'm sorry, I'm
Yes.
engaged. Close range BS. Crabs. Alright, sorry. I'm good.
Yeah.
Zone C lost.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean,
Together as one.
the
I
darkness
love it.
seems to be...
One after another. If you want it, this battle is
Thank
yours.
you.
Take
Oh,
it.
I had to quiet down for a second. We needed to we needed to have a moment of concentration. Everything that's going on in this game right now, I feel like I'm playing on a small map. But I know it isn't a small map.
Yeah. Alright.
Pin in that for a second. Hey, boo. You got heavy ammo next to you. That's what we were fighting over
Yes,
this
bud.
whole time. Yeah, we were fighting over the heavy.
Show your enemy
Oh,
what a
okay.
real fight looks like.
Woo! Oh my
Opponents
god!
down. Fantastic work.
What?
Get out of my base!
I've seen enough.
Ha!
Winning this one.
Oh, mercy rule.
Oh, God, did you see that?
Sound tactics bring victory.
Tell me you saw that.
No, I didn't.
Oh no,
I
you
didn't.
missed it. Dear, I flew over a door, came down with my sword and killed 3 of them at once. Then the guy that was slightly behind them
Wow.
caught another swing. And then when we were capturing Zone B, I ran over and dunked on the last one, and that's when he called the mercy rule.
Oh.
I killed
wow.
3 guardians at the same time with 1 sword. Wow.
Wow.
That was recorded for posteriors. But yeah. Speaking of, that was ridiculous. Sorry, I'm losing my mind over here.
You want to do one more, or do you want to do a nightfall or something?
Would not mind doing one more, but let's do a nightfall so we can have a little bit more because I'm playing. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. No, because fighting humans requires a little bit more brain energy.
Yeah. Yes, true.
You know, and I don't want to interrupt too much. But yeah.
Yeah, true.
I don't. I always wonder why it's chasing. You know? Almost like they were in the same place, doing light and dark things. And the traveler was like, "I'm gonna go do light things, and prove to you that this is the superior way to do things. I'm gonna go do hood rat light stuff with my friends."
Good, right, light stuff. Yeah, I mean,
And the darkness is chasing it. Like
oh, we joined one that's already happening.
we can't forget.
Oh, these people are getting blown up. Oh shit.
Zone A
Okay.
captured.
Yeah, I
Shut
mean,
the enemy down.
oh wow, that was not
You can see
good.
why everybody in this game quit.
Yeah.
You captured Zone C. Zone
This
advantage
guy over here is
is
just
yours.
sniping. I am not a fan of the Jade Rabbit. Let me just tell you that right away. I don't like this gun at all. I don't like this gun at all. I'm trying to find a scout rifle to use. I haven't used the scout rifle in forever, but I am not feeling this gun.
Zone C
I still
lost.
like the Mida, but the Jade Rabbit is kind of...
Zone
I just
A
don't like the way it
lost.
feels.
Your
This is a
enemy
big,
has a
chunky
power.
gun. It's got the chonk going.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the chonk.
The
Yes, you
chunk.
captured
Chonk.
Zone
Big
B.
chonk gun. Like I feel like I'm holding a stick of butter.
Zone C captured. You have
don't know.
advantage.
The
Wow.
symmetry, like it. Mida, groovy. This chonk weapon.
Zone B
I don't know
lost.
how I feel about this gun.
Chomp.
And I have it masterwork too, and I
You
just
captured Zone
don't
A.
like it.
You have zone
maybe I haven't
advantage.
used it in so long that. It has been a while since I've used a good scout rifle, but I don't remember the scout rifle being so chonk.
Well, the Patron of
Love
Lost
it.
Causes is one of my favorites.
Love the Patron of Lost Cause.
And also the Symmetry.
I really like.
Actually,
Oh
really
God, I really like the symmetry as well. That's what I mean. Like those are nice handling, meaty. Meaty. This just feels like it's meaty. Like I feel like every time I pull the trigger, I've got like a counterweight on my butt.
Zone C lost.
Interesting.
I was gonna say, get that fool. I threw a grenade at him earlier.
You captured
dear.
Zone C. You.
Yeah, we're catching
have
up.
Of
Good.
course, I mean, we were match made into their game. What else happened?
Zone A lost.
Were you expecting a different outcome from our
5
involvement?
minutes remaining.
No.
Come now. Thank you for the Arc Soul, by the way. I want to take B back. Alright.
Yep.
Been lying to anybody out here? I've been
You
telling
captured
all the
Zone
lies.
B. You have advantage.
All the lies. Oh yes, me too.
This is such a nice shotgun.
I think I have like. It is. It's so nice. It's so light.
I got Nova bombed.
Uh oh.
Now you know how people who have the Mind Benders and Ambition felt.
Zone B lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a really nice shotgun that's, really consistent and very powerful. Burning Maul.
Yeah.
I don't know from what direction. Sounds like
You
it might be
captured
close.
Zone A. You have zone advantage.
Somebody's right there.
Hopefully
Right there,
he'll
right
run
in
out
front.
before we run into him.
Zone C lost.
Man, I saw you.
Yeah.
I saw you.
Yes.
I saw you. I saw you with your careful self.
I was being careful. I didn't want to die, but I figured you got him.
Jessica, that's not how team
I
play
was wrong.
works. If we're both firing at him, it's already a more dangerous situation for him. Not, I'm gonna stay back while he does this. He got this. That's not how you team fire.
Double down.
See? It's all good.
I'm sorry.
It's just a mindset, boo. I mean, how are you supposed to have it before you have it?
Zone B captured. Strength in numbers, Guardian.
Ain't nobody chewing
Excellent.
on you. I got my
3 minutes
lies
left.
on. Telling these lies. These fell into lies. Watch your cheeks.
Fell
Stay
into
out in the
lies.
streets.
I envy your strength, Titan.
Uh oh. Ah, crap. Did not
I
see him.
saw him, turned around to fire. I had no bullets left in my Fellwinter.
Oof. And you only get 2
Yeah, that's
bullets. That's tough.
That's the thing about specials.
Vengeance. Take their lead from
That's the
them.
thing about specials.
Mhm.
All right, we're only down by 8. Let's chip these chunks.
Yeah, we
Don't
can
you
make
dare
this happen.
floof the floof. You already know what that means. Nope. Nope. Get out. You know what floofing the floof does. Don't floof it.
Well executed. You're leading.
Haha! Yes.
Zone C captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on.
Yeah.
Zone A lost.
You rue the day
Yes.
you made those people rage quit, because that means that we got match made in. Remember, we're not matchmaking with them, dear.
They were like.
They're matchmaking with us.
They matchmaking with us.
Oh, sweet summer child.
Aw, man.
Wow, the Jade Rabbit is really punchy. 68 damage from a single headshot. It looks like they're coming for Zone C.
God damn it! I have no bullets in
Means
this
you've been
gun.
alive way too long.
Ugh. Alright, at least
The number one sign that you've been alive way too long. Ah, shit. Kill him. Kill him. Avenge me!
I just ran up on somebody's face with 0 bullets. That
1
was
minute
shameful.
Oh, shite.
Zone C lost.
Oof. Hard light can't save you now. Golden gun. Other team. Looks like he's outside zone B where I am. Can't give him the opportunity.
Okay.
You've got 30
I'm
seconds.
taking A.
Yeah,
We're
we
gonna
are.
win.
Hell yeah, we are.
Zone A captured. You have zone advantage.
Oof.
Ooh,
Oof.
you blew
Sorry,
that!
my
He
warlock friends.
blew
I
that!
confused you
No.
for the enemy.
It's all good. He fired it right into the ground and blew himself up.
10 seconds.
He could have
Oh,
taken us
that's
both
weird.
out, and he only took himself out.
Zone A
Bat.
lost. I could not ask for a better victory.
Ha! Okay, dear. See that? See that? What was the score when we came in? What was the score when we came in?
It was like
You fight like a demon.
54-10 or something.
It was
like
like
that.
43-7.
Yeah,
I
that's
need
what's
more
up.
like you.
Let's go. That means you get some penguins on your team. Some
Yeah.
penguins. Waddle our way to victory.
Waddle to victory.
We waddle for glory. For Sparta.
For Sparta. Alright, let's go do Nightfall Ordeal.
So, I think,
Yes.
you know, we can put a pin in Traveler Doomsday Theories for just a moment. Hit the first item on the rundown. I think,
Well,
dear, that's adept at 750.
yeah.
What you doing?
Oh no, I'm not gonna choose that.
What you doing in these streets?
It's just
These
left
streets?
it there. Okay, so
750 in these streets.
Legend has no matchmaking, right? So we should do hero. Okay, all right.
Just straight crab. She just brought the crab to the game. You see what she did there? You see what she did when she did that? Trying to put us in the crab box.
What? What did I
Trying to
do?
put us in some crab box. She
No,
saw
'cause
us out there.
You know, I wanted to challenge myself. Legend is 1,000, and we're both over 1,000. Until I realized there's no matchmaking. So there you go.
Crab on us. You saw she did that, right? Thought she didn't think nobody would notice.
I didn't put any
She tried to
crap
place
on
some crab
anybody.
right on this stream. What were we supposed to do about this? Make her walk the plank?
It's void burn. Just a
Oh,
fire.
okay. All right. Community has spoken.
Mhm.
You will be walking the plank today.
What? That's not planned.
The plank. You know, right on the end of my ship. There's a. Don't you snort at me?
There's a plank at the end of your ship.
You what?
There's a plank at the
Yes,
end of
it's-
your ship. That seems like a weird choice.
Are you calling me weird?
You calling your ship weird?
Are you talking to me?
I think it must be.
Listen, they call me Mr. Penguin, okay?
We're the only ones
Don't make
here.
me, don't make me scream, and I will charge directly towards you. Right, let's get on these seasons, okay? So apparently, Kotaku believes that the season of the worthy is hurtling towards a confusing end. Something I think we might have mentioned in passing.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's a little confusing right now. But one thing to remember, I think, is that.
Greetings, Captain.
Oh wait, let me
Commander
switch
Zavala has
a
requested
weapon.
that I
One thing to
run
remember
along this
is
mission.
that this
Please
is the
allow me
first
to help you with
time
your invasion of the
we're
inside
seeing
terminus.
really,
Hello,
really
Failsafe.
independent
You're familiar with this
Bungie
place.
at the helm of
Oh,
Destiny,
yes, quite.
right?
The
Like the
Vex were very
content that we
active
saw
there when the
before,
Exodus Black first arrived on
even
Nessus.
I don't know. I get the
The
impression
Vex
that was
that
something that was
murdered my
already
crew
completed
came from there.
before they left Activision.
I'm sorry that
I
you have to
think,
relive
yeah,
those
I would say maybe 2/3 of the,
It's
maybe a
all right.
third, or at least
It's
halfway
only
completed
taken me a
before they
few
left,
centuries
definitely.
to suppress them.
Because you don't just build out, you can't just randomly build out the
Mm.
moon in a couple of months, and nah. I mean, and there was voice acting,
Right.
there was all sorts of stuff going on there that,
Mhm.
you know, obviously, yeah, they had already been working on it for a minute.
Mhm. Yeah. So I mean,
Mhm.
it is confusing, but what can they do to make it better? Like,
To make it better,
is it yeah, like to build up to regain our trust, you know?
well,
What can they do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I felt like the
Whoops.
article was mostly about, you know, the story, like the nature of the story and how it's been presented, because I felt like the summation of that article was
Mhm.
there's so many things going on that,
Mhm.
you know, it's difficult to keep track of what are the important elements and what are the, you know, like what should I be urgently concerned with
Mhm.
and what shouldn't I be concerned with. You know, like what they likened one player
Mhm.
on Reddit, I think, calling it like an anime filler arc. Like this was a filler episode of Destiny. And I mean, it's really hard to disagree with that
Mhm.
sentiment because, I mean,
Oh yeah.
if anything were ever a filler
This is
episode,
definitely the episode.
this
Yeah.
is the gas leak
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, it's just a little weird, isn't it? It culminated in a really interesting story
Yes.
turn with Fellwinter, but like a lot of people have said, I think by this point, including us, the entire season should have been about that. Why'd they save that for the end?
I guess that because they weren't ready to really tackle the greater story implications of this quest, which is a shame because as something that could have peppered the entire season with a sense of unease, instead it feels like a
Yeah.
footnote that's
The
easily
Cabal are
forgotten
here.
because there's so
Correct.
many
I
other
have been
threads
monitoring
Yeah.
the
to
Vex
indulge and
transmissions.
to
The
prepare
Cabal
for,
are
and it's like
invading the
you can't
installation
even
as
you don't even
well.
have time to really ask
Yeah.
about Fellwinter and about
Love
Rasputin and how
coincidence.
people are going to react to this. Why? Pyramid ships, the Almighty,
Mhm.
Eris is on Europa, the Drifters
Yeah.
flying to Europa. Oh yeah, and reveal stream, and it's like, all right,
Mhm.
so I guess we're just gonna like kind of skip over this. Even Anna Bray does not react to something, a revelation this damning, in any significant way.
Right,
And she's
she should
closer to
be, like-
Rasputin on a character level than anyone else. Like you think this would really hit her in the chest?
Mhm.
She's so
Yeah.
optimistic. She didn't even worry when Rasputin was like, yeah, so y'all thought I was a weapon, and these other people think that I'm just some kind of cudgel. He's like, guess what? I'm neither of those things, okay? I'm Rasputin. I do what I want. And Anna's just like, all right, we got this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, we got what? It sounds like he says that he's got us. What do you mean we got this, Anna? What
Right.
do we have except a sense of foreboding? Even Zavala was like, what have we done? And I'm like, yeah, what did we do? Why did we turn him back on?
Yes, what have we done?
Like, yeah, what have we done? No, wait, that's a valid question.
That guy looked like
Yeah.
a commander of some sort.
That's correct, friendly
So I
ghost.
don't know.
That commander was Kargan, an
You know,
elite Cabal
while I
scion who
understand
was
Yeah,
causing
that
so-
significant
they're
damage
really
to the Vex
divvying up their
collected in this
resources
time stream.
to develop this and matter at the
Sounds
same
bad.
time. The willingness to sacrifice very good story threads on the pyre, or by extension, to just have some, you know, really compelling story beats ultimately add up to like a boss, like a weirdly disappointing boss fight, or just revelation that only you are able to have. is a bit of a questionable
Yeah.
motive. I mean, I feel like
Yeah.
that's something we've been doing since really Destiny 2 proper has come out, where we've just had these really compelling parts of the story just kind of dealt with in these really small and not particularly significant ways. I will always cite Zol.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't.
I know everybody's wishful thinking is that probably wasn't Zol, and we're gonna. No, I don't think we're ever gonna. No, I think that was Zol, guys.
Give us the good news.
Guys, I think that was Zol.
The good news
I don't think
is
we're
that
ever
you
going
can
to go
expect
back
only a
to
few
fighting a
bats as
giant
you
hive
approach the
worm
entrance
god
to
at
the
any point.
terminus.
Not the way the story is going.
That
Like,
is good
I can't
news.
even think of a
What's the
conceivable
bad
way you
news?
would reintegrate Zol.
No.
It's like, nah, that was Zol.
Kargan guy,
That was
the
Zol.
vex you do encounter will be headless suicide machines.
It was harder to kill Oryx.
fun.
Had to kill his
Yeah.
son. Had to drink his. Had to be a necrophiliac and drink his son's dead essence. Had to get into the ascendant plane.
Yeah, that's messed up.
like we had to become ascendant hive. We had to do so much just to kill Oryx. And to kill a worm god, all we needed was the javelin. The javelin was ready.
Yep.
And while I don't begrudge them, you know, their right to do whatever they want with their honkin' story beats, I feel like they really need to. Alright, if you wanted to give me something, like, how can they make it better? I think they really. Oh, an exotic. Hello. Anyway, yeah, I
Ooh.
think they really need to centralize. They really need to focus on what story beats they really want to indulge, and maybe present one or two of them every expansion or season, or because this rhythm of having an
Yeah.
A plot that then goes, oh no, but B plot, and then before
Yeah.
B plot is finished, C plot begins and ends while we forget about A plot,
To be a way
is
to
not
continue.
the most satisfying way to
Yeah.
tell this
Any
story,
ideas?
and it leaves
I
me with
believe
questions.
Centurions will
It leaves me
possess
with
No,
the
not at
questions
all.
that don't
to
get
vex
answered,
lock and grant you
because
ingress.
while I love
Guardian
seeing
down.
Eris on the surface of what looks to be Europa, I also have to acknowledge that we have basically ignored Eris since Shadowkeep came out, because something more important than Eris came up. And while we were doing that, something
Yeah.
else happened that had a beginning and an ending, and Eris is just still out there just massaging her rocks.
She's just hanging out at the moon.
Just hanging out at the moon in torment. And it's like you have so many of these great threads. Like, please don't let them all just don't relegate them to like Saturday morning cartoon length, you know, conclusions.
Yeah.
Or just let them fall by the wayside and, you know, miss some of their potential. I can appreciate the way they brought Rasputin's potential back to the forefront, because I was kind of disappointed that we went from multiple war mines to just
With
one.
Warmind? Yeah.
But the way they came
Nice
back and
work,
kind of
Captain.
wrapped that
But you're
around,
gonna need one more.
you know, I love the interplanetary defense system revelation, why Rasputin is as vast, and like I appreciate that. That's definitely a beat I wasn't expecting,
Yeah.
and it does a lot to make Rasputin more compelling. So I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But you know, the same way Kotaku is confused, you know, there are not everyone's not like us. Not everyone who plays Destiny is
Yeah.
this into the lore, and for them, with all the context that we have, and they're not saying anything, and we're like, "Ah," I can only imagine with someone who does not have
Yeah.
this context, how they're taking this.
Yeah.
Like, for them, it must be 3 times as confusing. 3 times as, you know, questionable. Oh god, are you shitting me?
Yeah. I mean,
Guardian down.
Last guard. Fuck.
oh yeah, I'm done. I can respawn and
Y'all need
12
to chill.
seconds.
You just throwing out riffs, not telling people. We ain't coordinating. There ain't no team speak. We're just doing random stuff, and then stop it. Y'all need to stop. Listen, I am a defender with bubbles. Maybe we can combine our efforts at some
I
point.
can
Yeah,
respawn.
you
Oh,
should
I think
absolutely
someone.
respawn. That dude left.
Okay. Oh, he left?
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Alright, come back to life. I'm gonna go get
Oh,
our
he's
friend.
dead.
If the coast is clear, I'm
Dead.
gonna get our friend.
Alive.
He's
Okay.
surrounded by Cabal, so it's probably not advisable. Oop. Yeah, the champion's like right in front of him. Is that an unstoppable? Is that an unstoppable or a barrier?
Jeez. Oh, jeez. I'm not sure. Let me,
Feel free to
see.
kill the little guys.
Barrier.
Fuck. Alright. I was hoping it would
Okay.
be
Mhm.
unstoppable, but that's fine. We'll take care of the little guys first. And then we'll head for the middle. These regular legionaries are just getting on my craw. But yeah, I think if a Kotaku article like that exists, then we have to some degree, admit that there might be a little problem with the way we're presenting this thing. He's gonna break my shield. Help! Yes!
Are you okay?
Barely.
Alright. Alright. Whoa. There's a rift over here.
See, we gonna work on that, okay, boo? We gonna work on that. We're gonna work on you communicating before you put the rift down. You crazy person. Look at where you are compared to me. How am I supposed to reach you? Without dying? You're just like, rifts, get your rifts here, and I'm like, where? Now I have to look for you. And then when I locate you, then I have to figure out how to get where you are. That's too complicated. Complicated, boo. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
you're in the corner by our friend. I mean, that's cool.
Yes, I brought him back.
How you doing? Just came here to try. I heard they had great coffee. So yeah, I think, honestly, I think
Oh, really?
really just compartmentalizing and having more focus on what the story beats are that season, you know, tying these things up with satisfying conclusions would go a long way into not only improving their, I think, season design, but also just make things less fucking crazy and variable. I know they want to have like story beats, you know, to look forward to and think, but there's a better way to do that than I think bringing something up at the beginning of the season and then just forgetting about it as two other plots just eat it alive and take it out of relevance.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm paying attention to this stuff, you're paying attention to this stuff, and we're just like screaming. So anybody else who needs that delicious
like,
context,
but why?
they don't got it. Boosh.
No. It's true, they don't. They just have a bunch of random story threads.
Yeah, and then they just assert themselves as they
And
come
if
and
they
go.
watch...
You think they're watching?
And if they watch Bive's videos,
Yeah, okay.
they understand the lore
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
well.
I get, like, let's walk up to any Destiny player, like some, like, even the casual ones, and be like, "Oh, you watched the latest My Name Is Vife video? Who? Who's that? You know, he's a lore master. You know, he does all the lore for the lore.
You know, lore daddy.
The lore. Oh God, I am
Lore
not calling him that.
Lore daddy.
Dude, that's a little bit too DDLG for me. Or was that DBLG? Yeah. Daddy Bife, Little Guardian.
DDLG.
DBF. DBLG. That's a Daddy Bife, Little Guardian. I don't know if I'm into that. That's my fetish.
Oh no. Okay.
I was watching today's Bife video, and they're like, "Yep, it's raining. It's a good day to curl up with your daddy."
Wow.
I mean, today's thread was pretty interesting. He was talking about the conversation that Rasputin had with Osiris.
It looks like Carbon is using that conflux to access
Remember
the data
that
artifact.
story beat?
Oh,
That was, you know, that remember that
yes, I
cutscene
remember that.
just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually connected to some pre-Season of the Worthy lore from the website that he actually that he sought out.
Oh, okay.
1 down, 2 to go.
Bubbles. Coffee is bubbles.
Ooh.
Am I the only person that's seeing this like giant floating Vex head?
I think so.
Like it's just floating there? Just a floating Vex head? Okay. As long as my game isn't the only one that's broke. Oh my god, I'm gonna fly off the stage and die. Okay, I'm alive. The bubble. The bubble. Save me.
Oh, the bubble. Oh man, this bubble's great. Love it.
Thank you. I tried. I'm wearing the helm, so if anything walks into the bubble, it like goes blind. And it gives you weapons of light. I love that. I wonder when we're gonna get armor of light back. I mean, the defensive side of Destiny, I would love to come back.
Yeah, me too. Ah!
Down. What happened?
It hit me when some of that void junk.
Alright, I'll get you. Oh no, he's got you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I think
We're in agreement here. We need to like narrow down these threads a little bit. Really focus on them.
they can narrow down the threads for sure, you know, but if they don't want to do that, then just maybe incorporate them into the game a little bit
How
better.
so? Because a lot of what we do is
like for example, just as an example, the lie, right? Why did we have a whole season of bunkers?
because the Almighty's crashing into the tower.
And with no mention of this.
Well, okay. Yeah, they were saving it up, I guess, for the end of the season. Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead.
Uh-oh.
They keep faking me out, like they keep hitting me like I'm gonna fly off this off the arena and I keep landing. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a hypothetical question. Nobody knows why they saved it for the end. But do you think the lie would have really saved it? Do you think doing the lie would have really saved this season?
No, what I'm trying to say is that whole story could have been stretched out for a whole season.
Get away with stealing the data while we're
Maybe
here.
they could, you know, maybe they could save the conclusion of it for the end.
3 months?
Or maybe they
You think
could.
the lie should have gone on for 3 months?
They could. I'm not saying the lie, I'm saying the story that led us there. You know, the story we got as a result of the lie could have been a whole season. But I think,
Okay.
I mean, that's really great. Even if I'm being totally honest, you know, the lore book is pretty short.
That's why I'm wondering why I don't think it could have sustained an entire season. It's a small quest. I mean, you would have had to craft an entire season around Iron Banner or, like, remember, hun, the lie quest is only 3 stages long. You go to Vostok, you come back, you kill things, and then you go to the crypt. Like, it's not even a really, like, you would have to justify focusing on Fellwinter for the entire season somehow.
Yeah, they would have.
So then the season could not have been about, also been about the Almighty and about Rasputin and about...
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
I guess I just really want them to tell their story in a good way, and they don't. Like, it's just really annoying, because they're so good. Like, the stories themselves end up being good, and you're just like, why didn't you do this a little bit
Because
differently?
it's baked into a game that they expect you to play for 3 months straight and still be engaged.
But they can do that just by stretching. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. They could do that by just
Okay,
like.
how would you stretch out the lie for an entire season? How would you stretch that out?
Well, okay. So what I would do is I wouldn't just make it a quest. I would make it a bunch of interconnected quests.
Where you have to do...
So maybe... Alright, here's an example. So, say we still need to deal with the Almighty, right? Maybe, you know, why didn't Saladin, or as you said, the Iron Banner come into this, right? Like, maybe Saladin does something funny one time. Maybe Saladin's like, oh, interesting that, yeah, Saladin. Maybe Saladin says something like, oh, you know, so you're helping Rasputin, right? Oh, that reminds me of the time we did all that Siva stuff. You should go check this out at this bunker. And then you go to the bunker, and maybe you don't get... it's just an example. I don't know, like...
Location secured, Commander Zavala.
Good work, Guardian.
And
What
then,
intel did you
you know, maybe
There's an
maybe
almost unreadable
you
data
go to a
artifact here
bunker,
labeled
and
oxide.
yeah, we
It's
still
heavily
have
corrupted,
the same thing
but
we
I think we
had,
can make out
right? Where, you know, every week you went to a
12 from the
bunker,
access log.
it was counting down. But maybe that one
What is
time you
oxide,
went to
and who
one
was
bunker,
M-Sun
you
12?
found something similar
Those
to
are
what you
questions
see
for
in the
another day,
lore
I
book,
suppose.
where, you know, here's this weird book about this weird mention to Siva. Interesting. Like, you can advance the story
So you want
in
people
small
to play their way
ways.
into bunkers so they can read books? It sounds like you're designing
Not
something that only appeals to
necessarily,
you.
but it doesn't have to be a book. I'm saying you can incorporate aspects of the story, because that's all we did. What are we doing now? We're shooting things to get lore books.
We're shooting things to unlock a particular lore book, yes.
Okay, so instead of
Whatever you-
going around shooting things to get a particular lore book, maybe we could have gotten the lore books over the season, and the lore book could have been bigger, and, you know, they could have added a couple of things here and there. And instead of just bunkers, we could have had bunkers alongside the story about who Fellwinter was, and maybe this side quest with Iron Banner. Like, it wouldn't have had to be terribly different, just like reworked a little bit so that it had more connective tissue and it was more even.
Oh yeah. But then we still would have been making people do bunkers. Do you think people would have tolerated the bunkers if we got lore books? I'm asking. No, I'm really asking because,
honestly,
like,
I
you know,
feel like-
you were telling me earlier, people didn't like Season of the Drifter for that reason. Because it's like, we had all this cool lore about Gambit and about the Drifter and about the Nine, but a lot of it was tied into playing Gambit as a mode, and I guess people didn't like Gambit all that much. So you'd say, like, I like your idea. I'm just, like, throwing the kooky considerations at you that they would probably have to make, or hopefully would make, if they decided to design it all around, like, the bunkers and, say, the momentary Iron Banners and, you know. Because I think that you could totally do that. You have, like, potential there. Like, Iron Banner is, like, once a month. So on each of those once a months, you know, Saladin could have had something to say about Siva or about, you know, the Iron Lord. Like, he could have been talking about, you could have had Saladin in the position of, you know, wondering what might have been or what could have been different if only it weren't for, you know, that unfortunate event. Really have him address how he's felt about the Iron Lords and wondering if he could have done anything differently. Hell, you can have him blaming himself as he would. Blaming himself for this all the while.
Yeah.
This revelation about Rasputin and what he had done is just sitting in the background, just waiting to be revealed. And as you reach the end of the season, you know, you get that last, like, before you get that like that book where he goes down into the bunker and discovers it's who he is. Like, that could lead into the final part of the Lie quest, where Rasputin tells you the story from beginning to end.
Right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like, it's a good
Right.
idea.
And then imagine the drama, right? Imagine the drama of getting there, right? Now you know what happened, and then you go back to the tower, right? And you have actual reactions from people who would have reactions to it, right? Because now you've had this entire quest line maybe with Saladin, right? So Saladin's like, oh fuck, I know I didn't trust this fucking Rasputin asswipe.
That
or
doesn't
whatever.
sound in character at all.
Or however Rasputin would, no, I'm sorry, however Saladin would say that, I know I never trusted.
I wouldn't even go to like, the funny thing is, I wouldn't even go to Saladin. That's the funny thing. Like, I would have, no,
You wouldn't?
I don't think I would, no. I would, like, have the, like, during the next Iron Banner, I think it's something that would lead, you know, what would be, this is just off the wall, but you know what would be crazy? Say he finds out, because we do 3 Iron Banners per season. Say he found out, right? Right before the last Iron Banner of the season. And he doesn't know what to say. Or he doesn't know how to consider it. And during the 3rd Iron Banner, there's no announcer.
Wow, that would be interesting.
Like, can you imagine?
It would just have like a silent Iron Banner.
Like, you're just running around killing, doing double kills, and, you know, getting all, but there's nobody announcing it. Like, Saladin is just not down. He's just,
that would be something.
like, he's just, like, even when you go up to him and talk to him, he just doesn't say anything. He's just standing there. Or, you know, when you see his vendor screen, he's always facing towards the screen and, you know, doing whatever his thing is. Like, imagine you walk up to Saladin.
Or maybe he's
yeah,
facing
and
away
his
from
back is turned and he's just not saying anything. You can still get your packages and your bounties or whatever, but he's not saying anything. For the entire event, it's just silent. So that you can feel it.
That would be something.
Like, everybody playing Iron Banner right now can feel it, and if they don't feel it, somebody's gonna ask, "Why isn't Saladin talking?" This is weird. Why doesn't this Iron Banner have
and
an
then somebody, yeah. That would be something, dear. Why don't you go work at Bungie? You should do it.
Dear.
You should do it.
We're on Earth. Why are we on Earth, boo?
Oh, I figured maybe we could do the DZ bunker. Unless you wanted to do another Crucible or some Gambit.
We could do some Gambit. We could do strikes. I mean, there's still normal strikes in the game. Quest-wise, let me see what's popping here. How close are you to completing your frame?
Let me see.
I got some sniper rifle multi-kills.
I gotta defeat powerful enemies with power weapons.
That sounds easy. Okay, so yeah, let's go to the bunker and defeat powerful enemies with power weapons then. That sounds like a bunker job. Where's my sniper rifle at? It's like you're absolutely right. There are really good ways to integrate the story into the greater gameplay and have it last throughout the season, I think. I mean, even though the game is very, you know, heavy on repetition and ongoing events, I think that's, yeah, I mean, with a little bit more time and a little bit more grizzle, but that's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want to, you know, that should be like story beats that you shouldn't have, like, you know, I feel like Doom 2016, you know, achieved that perfect balance of having the story exist as presented, but then at the same time, you know, if you wanted to know more, even more, there was like a whole codex, you know, defining the events of the game and defining the stuff that happens inside it. And especially a lot of the stuff that happened outside of the game. You know, that it just gave the game really, it gave it some much needed context. And made the experience all the more better for people that, you know, have to scratch a lore itch. You know, they got what they wanted, and people who just wanted to go balls to the wall and punch a demon in the taint, you know, they got what they wanted. But it didn't really skimp on either, because it's like, you know what you're getting into when you play a Doom game.
No.
But it's there.
No, right. Yeah, I mean, I think that the lore should be there if you really, really want to know more, right?
Casa de Boop is open.
Guardian down.
You got killed
I
by a
feel like
bunker enemy.
the lore should be
Hold on,
there.
look, watch. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Boop!
Oh no, we're using the boot cannon.
I'm using
No,
the
what are you using?
primary sniper rifle, Bite of the Fox.
Ah.
But
Okay.
go on. I'll try and leave the orange. The orange bar enemies should be the
Yeah.
ones you're killing with power weapons.
Okay. Oh jeez. I
think. Long pause.
Sorry, I was distracted. I mean, I think the lore should be there to provide context to the story. But it shouldn't, I feel like oftentimes the story happens in the lore cards. No, you don't
You
agree?
think that what?
I said, I think oftentimes the story is happening in the lore
Always
cards.
happening in the lore cards. Always. It generally happens in the lore cards.
Yeah.
It's not even like a. That's not even a. This might be false. No, that's absolutely where the story occurs. In the freaking lore cards. And while I don't begrudge them,
Yeah.
you know, the ability to tell their story using the lore cards, you know, far from it. I think it's doing their narrative a disservice by making things seem really, really unfocused.
Yeah.
Because
Do you have berry?
no, I don't have any. I do, but I don't have any bullets.
No. Okay.
All my specials are out of my special weapons.
Oh,
Out of
okay,
ammo.
hold on.
And you know, I just. This is a game. Okay, barriers good. This is a game with a great story that can't really tell it in a way that's adequate because it's just not part of the game. And I think that's been the problem with it since the beginning, is that the story's never really been part of the game. It's partially why I'm really curious
Yeah.
to see what a fully Bungie Destiny is like, because you know,
Yeah.
the story seems like it's popping up in the game more than more. I really do like the whole story beats, you know, the progressing storyline thing. I do appreciate that more than
Yeah.
you know, just wait and see, or hey, reset, or read the lore if you want to know more.
Yeah. Would you like to know more?
Guardian down.
Ah,
You really ran to get
Yeah, I
the javelin
do
with the boss
appreciate
just
that there's-
teabagging it like that? You nut.
I'm gonna
I mean, you can, sure. Do it.
respawn.
Do it. Do it. Yeah, because, you know, this game has a great story, and whenever, like we've said before, those moments when the game's story and level design and gameplay and character moments all come together, it is truly something special.
Guardian
Like,
down.
I want every story mission to be like Homecoming. Okay? I'm sorry. I want every story mission to be like Homecoming. I would love every mission to be like the Almighty. I feel like we got so close to that in the Taken King with the way it was presented and the variety of gameplay that the mission design had, and how it wasn't just, variety for variety's sake, or to give us something new to, waste our lives around, but they were things that related to the story, and they were things that used the existing mechanics in the game to craft some really interesting scenarios with a twist. I'll never forget sneaking into Crota's funeral to drink his essence, which essentially just used part of the Will of Crota mission. It used pieces of the raid, Crota's End, because you had to sneak back into his temple.
Guardian down.
And for some reason, the sound team thought it would be pertinent to make the footsteps of the ogres sound extra gross and scary. Like, there were little things that, if you wanted to be as cynical as hell, used nothing but repurposed assets. But that's exactly what it took all of the assets that were in the game and used them in a really interesting and unique way. Like, those moments are so present when all of that just comes together, and it's so beautiful. And if they told the story more like that, they wouldn't have to worry so much, I think, when it comes to like the meat and potatoes of what we do. Because games like this always have two phases. They've got the campaign phase, aka the honeymoon phase, and then they've got endgame, which is what you're doing after that. And I think Season of the Dawn, Season of the Dawn, Menagerie, aka Season of Opulence, those are two seasons that are standout. Not just because, they had engaging activities that lasted the length of the season and gave us, something interesting to play for and look for, but also because the story behind them was so integrated into what we were doing that the context mitigated anything that might have been slightly unsatisfying about the event, but having that context made it what it was. Season of Dawn was what it was because we had the motivation of Saint 14, learning more about the Sundial, learning more about, the how did the Red Legion do this, to the point where it did not even matter that they reused the boss from Destiny 1. Why? Because when we fought them, it was in the corridors of time and shit was morphing all over the place and shit was crazy. It was crazy, son. But we had context. We had, something meaningful to look for, so we felt like we were building towards something. That's the kind of season, and that's the kind of, model they should really go for, providing that context, I think. Because Season of the Worthy is a perfect example of why this approach does not always work the way it should. Because right now we have like 3 or 4 disparate story threads all converging into something we have no idea. Like, we have no idea. We can't even draw a conclusion because there's not enough meat to say, well, I think this will happen. Well, no, I think this will happen. Well, what if this happens? It's like, what if indeed? Like, I'm like right now, I'm worried about the Almighty. I'm worried about the pyramids. I'm worried about Sloan, because no one else seems to be. Hashtag free Sloan. Hashtag free Sloan. I go to IO, and I don't see anything wrong over there, even though apparently a pyramid ship just passed Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest fucking thing in IO's skybox. Why do I not see anything on IO right now? I should see something on IO. Why did you guys show me that? If you wasn't gonna, like, stick a giant-ass pyramid behind IO in the skybox. Like, give me something.
I don't know.
I think they've made great strides with the visual storytelling, seeing the towers pop up, seeing the Seraph bunkers themselves fill up with satellites as the season progressed. That's cool. You know, the Almighty getting closer and closer, even though I feel like they should have started that at least a month and a half ago. It's nice that we're seeing the Almighty now, but we should have been seeing it all season, just to give it that, you know, sense, just give us that sense of urgency. And to be frank, I don't know who came up with Guardian Games, but that man needs to be demoted to like bug testing. Like we need to demote that man to like Q&A coffee runner, or just cut.
Q&A
I don't know about Guardian Games, man. That just seemed like a bad idea wrapped in a bad idea. Oof, that was a. You want to talk about bad? You want to talk about bad events? Oh man, I would have rather played Vex Offensive again. Like at least that was at least that had a mode. Oh my God, Guardian Games. It was literally, it was like Fractaline bounties. Fractaline bounties 2.0. My heart hurts. Oh my God. But yeah, like it just. I hope that this is the start of something significant. You know, I feel like the rough patches of the presentation are definitely felt here, and hopefully now we know what does and does not work, because I don't want to have another season where I'm not sure what I should be concerned about, and then while I'm not sure what we should be concerned about, the Olympics occurs.
The Infinite Forest created a glitch. Copies of them are stuck in a recursive.
Yeah, that was so weird and like tonally off.
But I thought
Yeah.
the forest hand.
You know,
Yeah.
especially when you have characters like Zavala who are duty bound and who are fastidious and who are all about protecting the tower. You're talking about a guy that didn't want to avenge Cade because he felt that protecting the people of the last city was a bigger priority. And aside from visiting Rasputin's bunker and really gleaning the magnitude of, you know, the situation, Zavala didn't have a lot to say.
Guardian down.
Right. No, he was just like, I guess we won.
Yeah, right. He's gonna be like, "What have we done again?" Because did anybody tell Zavala about Fellwinter?
Yeah.
He's like, "You see."
Interesting.
Like remember how you get to Rasputin's bunker, and somehow Zavala's already in there? I would have died if Zavala had like popped out from behind Fellwinter's coffin and been like, "You see, Guardian? You see what I mean? You cannot trust this thing." And Anna's like, but this is so cool. He's like, "No, it's not. He killed the Iron Lord. All of them."
Well, if
Lance
you
Reddick
recall,
was in his closet.
at the end of that mission,
Oh, what?
she's like, "Oh, I can't wait what Zavala says about this." It's like,
Like,
indeed.
you can't wait? I can wait. I can wait maybe until after we shoot the thing out of the sky. Like, let's wait until then, because if we do this before, yeah, I'm not too sure about how Zavala's gonna react to this. Like, did we not forget that 2 years ago Zavala was completely opposed to turning him on, and that we have just discovered something that vindicates
Zavala
him?
was not down.
This vindicates Zavala. This vindicates Zavala. Cause I was all up in my, yo, Zavala, chill, man. It's just Rasputin. It's fine. You know, that's our boy. That's our G, man. Why you getting down on Rasputin like that for? Why? Cause he didn't send you a fruitcake? Last
That's
Yeah,
dawning.
like last dawning, he didn't send you a Warmind fruitcake, and you just got mad. Like, why do you hate him so much? That would have been that's the perfect time.
Yeah, now you know.
Season of the Tyrant. That's what next season is. It's all about Zavala ordering the Vanguard to travel to Rasputin's substations and shut them down one by one before it's too powerful. And we've already spent like 2.5 games building him up, reconnecting his arrays, putting his defense systems back on, powering up his interplanetary weapons systems. Spent an awful lot of time building up Rasputin's power.
That's a lot of time.
Doing out here?
Yeah.
We're not completely sure yet. Some light remodeling, maybe.
The Vex won't like that.
You know, I feel like I did something I shouldn't have done. You know?
Would have been a wonderful feeling to go off of, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I agree. I think what they can do. There's many answers for what they can do on a pure storytelling level, but I think contextualizing and really focusing on one, maybe 2 story beats a season would be ideal. You don't have to throw so much at us that we don't know what sticks and what doesn't. But I am growing a bit weary of the A-plot, you know, not mattering in the grand scheme of things. That's been happening for a little while now, you know, like Forsaken. This didn't happen in Forsaken, okay? It wasn't. Oh, we gotta find Uldren Sov, and then halfway through the story, they were like, Mara Sov's got a throne world, and then we're doing that instead of avenging Cade. Like that would have driven people nuts.
Guardian down.
It's like, and while we're doing Mara Sov's throne world, you know, Savathun comes in. It's like, what the fuck? And now we're focusing on Mara Sov and Savathun. Meanwhile, Prince Uldren is still walking around, scratching his nuts with the Ace of Spades, using it as his personal back scratch.
Ew.
I'm just saying, like, I was trying to stress here that, you know, the fact that Uldren took the Ace of Spades was a major point of contention for anyone who knew Cade, and it was just incredibly disrespectful.
I kind of just pictured that. I just got an image, like, just like nut scratching.
It does have a long barrel. Very, very polished gun.
Ah.
Oh, what happened? Oh, I thought you fell off.
I feel like you pushed that cabal. No, you pushed that cabal off the stage. I'm like, better hand than me.
Well, the curse affects us all differently, boo. What can I say? You know, just looking at this is just blowing my fucking... What is this? Like, have you ever just taken a second to stop and look at the background in the Infinite Forest? What the fuck is this? What is all of this? Where are we? Good lord.
It's like a simulation.
There's other simulations in the distance. Like, you see this, right? Like, there's what we're doing is happening in the background as well. Are those the other versions of us running the forest at the same time?
Probably, yeah. I would say.
It's scary. It's very.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
I tried to tell them that this wasn't just a game. They don't want to believe it.
Well, you know, there's the... I don't know if you've heard it. There's a couple of theories about the idea of simulant realities, right?
Okay.
So if you concede that a simulation such as this one is possible, then that means that that the likelihood that you're in a simulation yourself is way, way
Are you talking
higher.
about real life, or are you talking about this game?
Just yeah, in real life actually, but it applies to this game.
Are you saying that
So that is a
the
real theory.
iteration
The theory is
of Destiny that we are engaged in could be a simulation? One of Osiris's many
right, and if we
causal experiments. Like the sundial,
yeah,
remember? This is the this is the future where the Cabal ate the Traveler, you know? Like, this is the future where the Traveler farted on Gaul. Oh. This is the future where Gaul actually got away with the light. Actually, I want to see that future.
yeah.
I want to see that future as a raid.
I've used the
Like, I want to
forest
fight like
create
a
simulation
70-foot
of your
tall
sparrow.
Gaul.
You're gonna need it for that ramp.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Yeah, because I, you know, like my other, like I got it. Oh, I saw that. Oh, the curse.
Guardian down.
The curse. Oh, Lord. Sweet Summer Guardian. What do we got to say?
I know
What
what you
do we
saw.
have to say about ourselves? What do we have to say?
Alabanga?
You, what? Ah!
What?
You
What
trying to kill
happened?
me?
Oh, you made it. You made it.
Wait, did you
Yay.
do that not expecting me to make it? That's how I feel. Crab ass knocking people off cliffs, thinking they knocking me off my cliff. Have my sunglasses on. You just gonna drive through me like that's a thing to do, playing Grand Theft Auto and Destiny. It's ain't rated teen. Trying to vehicular. I just can't believe this is not how Guardians. You know what? What tower were you raised in?
Ah!
You know,
I don't know. Same tower all the
all
other
about that
Guardians were
karmic-
raised in.
that karmic life. Wait, you. Hey. I like this guy. I can't go back there for
Okay.
you, dear. I'm sorry. There's like a there's a
Alright,
jump that
just-
puts you down here, so I couldn't even if I wanted to. Also, this is clearly a repurposed SRL track. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody
It
says. This is a this was here to butter us up for SRL, and we just never got it back. So mad at Vicarious Visions. How dare y'all?
Sad.
I mean,
Hashtag sad.
I mean, shit, look. Why doesn't Bungie just hire up some of that chaff anyway? Activision's not using them for anything.
Oh,
I'm just-
damn.
Yeah? Yeah, tell me the last game you played by Vicarious Visions.
I have no idea
See what I mean?
Vicarious Visions is up to
See
these
what I
days.
mean? Vicarious Visions ain't up to nothing these days. Neither is High Moon Studios. Bungie should have taken the chunks of those teams who helped them work on Destiny. Should have taken them with them. He's languishing in Activision's dungeon because they can't create anything that isn't monetizable to hell and back. Expect your usefulness is ended.
So when Activision buys these studios, what do they do with them?
Use
Like,
them as auxiliary
just
teams.
nothing?
To
They just
work
sit
on their
around?
higher profile titles, probably. Because back in the day, I mean,
That's
back in the
messed
day, Vicarious Visions used to do like smaller, lower level stuff. I remember they did Spider-Man 2, Enter Electro. That was a good game. It was
Mhm.
fun. Vicarious Visions is also the reason I learned how to play and started liking the Tony Hawk games. Because they made Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for the Game Boy Advance. Oh my gosh. It was the first 3D game on the Game Boy Advance. When I say 3D, I mean like the character models. The characters were polygonal.
Wow.
The stages were huge. It was a good game. And Vicarious Visions is also responsible for porting over the PC version of Destiny 2. Which, as we all know, was a huge, was a good success.
Oh, cool.
So, where's this Valis?
But like, when they're not
Wait
doing
for
that, it's
it.
like, what they have these people doing? They're just sitting around, just waiting for a game to get ported. Bye.
The Vex just turned up their security measures, trying to flush us out of here.
What? We didn't kill him?
We
It
almost
looks like we
did. It's definitely possible too. If I popped my super like a second earlier, once I realized what he was doing, I used my super. But if I had done it a second earlier, we totally would have gotten him. That's funny. You saw that, you remember that clip I showed you?
Yeah.
I killed him dead.
Wow.
Dear, he tried to kill us. I killed him back. Killed him back.
We killed him back.
That's another thread that we have just completely left behind.
Yeah, and they did something with Varric on the lore card. But it would have been great to see that play out in the game somehow.
I mean, it strongly alludes to him being not on the up and up.
No, he's not. He's actually the reason Aldrin Sub got out.
Osiris would send his thanks, but he's
Yeah.
already
That I didn't
in
know.
another simulation.
Of course he is.
Yeah,
Move over
apparently he double
Try
crossed
not to
us.
glitch any more cabal into existence.
And you know how when you get to the prison of elders, everybody's running around like
Yeah.
yeah, he pretty much bounced. He was like, yeah, I'm out.
Was he imprisoned?
No. I need to read the lore cards again, but I think eventually he just realized that
There's.
it was more advantageous for him to just leave while this whole thing was happening.
Wow, I did not even put. Wow. Yeah, you know, that's a story beat I would love to address. I would love to address what went on with Varric. You know what? I have a feeling, and who knows when they're going to do this or bring this back. You know, seasons are seasons, right? But what if we indulge the Varric story, right? At the same time, we plan to bring back Aldrin Sov. Now, see, those are two connected storylines that I would definitely want to indulge. Because if you're going to do Aldrin Sov and finally bring him in as the Hunter Vanguard, something that I honestly think they should have really addressed a year or two ago,
Yeah.
how long are we going to sit on that story beat?
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, then definitely bringing back Varric would be instrumental. Because Varric would recognize him one way or know of him one way. And we already know what's happened to him.
Yeah, true.
With that could come the revelation that he's the one that let everybody out, meaning that Varric is inextricably linked to Cade 6's death. Which, if he's already decided to go out and on his own, he's already being set up as a, as somewhat of a villain. You got somebody like
he
him.
is. I need to
And
go back and read those lore
on
cards.
top of that, you could relay that into the 0 Hour story, which again has Mithrax of House Light, the one who went rogue. He's an ally. He's an ally of the tower, or I mean, he's an ally. He's our ally anyway, because he led us back to the old tower and let us know about the fallen uprising that was erupting from there.
But carefully, Guardian.
I mean,
these threads are all over the place, but there's definitely ways to combine them and twist them into something compelling. I mean, hell.
Guardian, down.
oh, whoops.
How? Where? What?
I mean, I don't know. I fell down some little thing.
Why do you keep saying I don't know, boo? What don't you know? Why do you keep saying I don't know?
I would really like for them to explore. I mean, I feel like, again, with Aldrin Sov, we have a little bit of context from the lore cards. Like, we had a lore card around the Dawning, which you probably read. It was the
Yes, yes.
one where,
Pulled pork,
yeah,
telling him happy dawning. Didn't really know what it meant.
yeah,
He said it anyway.
and he's like kind of ostracized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because people recognize him, but he doesn't know why he's
Yeah,
so
because
notorious.
people recognize him. Right. Like, so he's just alone, right?
Yeah, he's kind of isolated. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, it's something you have to indulge, especially if, you know, in the shot in the dark way that some of the leaks tend to be true. If Marasov is going to play a role in, you can't bring Marasov back without saying, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna leave this Aldrin plot thread dangling," because Marasov needs to see what her
No.
brother has become and what's happened to him since she, you
Yeah.
know, since she died, technically, kind of, not really, but kind of.
Technically.
But yeah, like that all has to come together. There's no way you indulge Aldrin without also talking about Marasov. It just doesn't happen that way. It's not how it works. I always do a whole tower by myself while y'all crab people.
I'm
Where's
right
number
behind
2?
you.
You were not behind me when I did that tower alone. You just caught up after falling down like 5 holes.
I did not fall down
We seen
5
you back
holes.
there. Listen, the curse is real. Okay. When are you gonna be like a Dawnblade already? That's the you falling down holes is the universe telling you to be a Dawnblade so you can fly back out of them. You know? I mean, that's what I do when I'm a Dawnblade. I fly all over the place.
Oh yeah, just fly.
Nobody else
out
can
of
fly
thing.
around or aim down the sights while gliding. Except Warlock. I'm gonna repeat that. Aim down the sights while gliding.
Only when you're
Nope.
wearing
Nope.
certain things.
Default action. Default action. Being suspended in midair while gliding needs an exotic. Not the very act of throwing grenades, reloading, and aiming down the sights while gliding. No, that's a Dawnblade move. Oh, sorry. I thought I was pressing revive.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what you
I
thought
thought
you
that's
were
what I thought
doing.
it. Yeah, I thought revive was the B button, and that you had to push it repeatedly to revive faster. Manual says.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. I think lots of people make that
Common
mistake.
mistake.
Actually.
Can you blame me? The buttons are so close together. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Are we like a 4chan leak away?
Well, there is the 4chan leak. Actually.
Another one?
I don't know if you noticed it
God.
in the rundown.
While you talk about that, I'm going to go Google the word segue and see what that.
Oh, okay, you go ahead and
Set
do
up
that.
while you get into that there.
I'm glad. I'm glad that you're gonna go educate yourself on that. It should be helpful for the next time you want a segue.
Yeah, I mean, I too like to roll around on 2 wheels while I play Destiny, and that's what it means, right? That's the kind of segue we're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. That's exactly what it means. How'd you
If
know?
we're gonna talk about 4chan, I'm gonna show you the hidden byte feature,
Oh, okay.
like where you click in the left thumbstick instead of the
So
right one, and it
apparently-
executes a byte.
Apparently, this source on 4chan has been right before. Yes.
Intrigue.
And they are confirming that the next season will involve Eris, the Stranger, and the Drifter.
The Stranger.
And that they will.
See,
The
this
Stranger.
is the kind of shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be set on Europa, and apparently they were right about this before,
So-
right? Because now we're seeing a bunch of Europa
I was gonna say,
stuff.
do you think the next season will take us to Europa this soon before the expansion? That'd be really interesting if so. I mean, I'd expect a whole new planet to be part of an expansion, but if they, or even start to lightly tease traveling there, or you know what I mean? But wow, that's
Yeah.
a revelation. What else?
Yeah. Let's see. Apparently,
Actual fucking leaks because you idiots keep getting it wrong. That sounds like a 4chan post.
oh yeah, that was definitely a 4chan thing.
Do you
Like,
feel it as
for
I
sure.
do, Guardian? A
Yeah.
hatred
So
as pure
apparently the
and
stuff that we've
potent
seen,
as sunshine,
the
soaking
stuff
through your skin.
with
How should
Eris
you
being
know
on
what you
Europa
are,
and the thing we saw today
what you've
with
done?
the Drifter being on
She watched you
Europa,
cut through
that's supposed to
Crota,
be part of
Oryx,
a larger thing
Omnigul,
where
and she is eager to return that
they
pain.
meet at like Europa, and apparently like there's supposed to be some connection between them and the Nine. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what connection the Stranger has to the Nine.
Well, we do know that Eris and the Drifter have a pretty well, Eris has a strong connection with the darkness proper, and the Drifter's all about that Nine lore. The Stranger, however,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, the leaker does
Yeah.
say that they've been prepping the Stranger reveal for a while, and that they've intentionally been misdirecting, fans of her story in order to make her reveal, hit that much harder. Like they want it to be like their Infinity War moment. Which,
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the way Doom seems to be assembling and all the major players seem to be popping out, that does remind me of that. Did I send you that article? The Paul Tassi was like, here are the most likely Avengers that are going to assemble for the fight against the darkness.
Oh yeah, I saw that. And he like counted them down.
My favorite part was
Yes.
when he went to the Traveler. He's like, the Traveler. It's sitting there. All right, and next.
Guardian down.
It's like, yep, that sounds pretty accurate. The Traveler. Float. All right. Next. Who's next?
Yeah, that's what it's doing. It's sitting there.
Let's do something
Sitting there,
noble,
alright.
like, float in the path of the Almighty, and let it bounce off the side of it. But we know better. It's like an ant farm. Oh, you beast! No!
Oh no!
I'm awakening the war mind on this fool.
Oh jeez!
Guardian down.
I will not stand for this. Not in my house. Oh God, Jesus, Lord, my feet.
Yeah, I
They
don't know.
just spawn enemies down there
A bunch of things appeared. Yeah, somehow. I don't know why.
because he hit the elevator button. Good luck floating up there by yourself. Not that I don't.
Well, he should have waited until there were $1 million in the elevator.
Well,
Oh.
a lot can go down when there's 750,000 glimmer in the elevator. So I guess he was just looking out for us.
Yeah.
A lot can go down when there's almost 1 billion glimmer in the elevator. 3/4 of a billion. Right? That's 3 Guardians holding 250 each. Yeah, yeah. 750 million.
Yeah.
Lord. Heavens.
Oh jeez. Oh no! Leaving me behind again! No, okay.
You floating butt. Every time I hear dun 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 dun, it just makes me think of that clip where all 3 of us are shouldering. Just forever tainted. Dun 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 shoulder. Dance. Shoulder. Hey, listen. Okay. Okay.
Oh jeez. You and your
I
coincidence.
really hope that my theorem is wrong and that it's just sitting, it's just like so rare. There's like a 0.01% chance of shoulders.
I see random ones pop in randomly, so who knows?
Random what? Like people that have shoulders?
Like dances.
Yeah, so do I. Like every so often there's like an
Not
emo.
just random
Here,
dances.
it's leaving!
No! No!
This guy's such a penis.
Oh no, wizard spawned down here.
What a jerk. Like you that eager to sniff Hash Ladoon's taint? Like, come on, man. It's Hash Ladoon.
Guardian down.
Yeah,
All hives smell the
a
same.
bunch of wizards spawned down here.
They're rotting my brain. What? Really?
All hives smell the
Yeah.
same.
It's my play on the classic Juice WRLD song. All girls are the same.
Oh.
All hives smell the same. Yo, not for nothing. I feel like
Here
even
she
though we're
comes.
fighting Hash Ladoon right now, you need to come over here and just look out this window. Because you're never going to get another view of the moon like this ever again. Like, you seriously need to come over here and see how the rest of the
Okay.
moon looks from the top of the Scarlet Keep. I'm just saying. Like, I can see the catch. I can see the catch from here. I can see Archer's line. I can see the surface of the moon. Like, we're right near the giant crack that's the Hellmouth. You can actually look down and see the, like, wow. You see this? Look
Wow.
at this. There's the catch.
Yeah, it's pretty
Look at all
cool.
this moon.
Yeah, we're pretty high.
That's what I mean, like, when I talk about
Wow.
scale, like, the Scarlet
crazy.
Keep is actually to scale. But the game doesn't, but the way you travel through it, you don't really get a sense of it until you, like, look out the window, like, oh crap, we really just did go up like 4 or 5,000 feet. It's like, we destroyed the crystal, we take the elevator up. We destroyed the crystal, we took the elevator up. I don't think it fully registers in your brain that you have gone up pretty damn high. Until you look out the window and it's like, oh shit. Vertigo.
Guardian down.
I used to say that about this, there was this PlayStation 2 game I really liked called Kinetica. It was like a futuristic racing game where like the racers had wheels on their hands and feet. Be that as it may, it was a futuristic racer. You were racing around doing crazy stuff, and it looked cool. And while it was pretty obvious that it was anti-gravity racing, it wasn't until I watched the replays
It's over. Hash Ladoon
and
is
the
dead.
camera, with the camera finally
is
zoomed
a
out
relief to
and not
hear,
constantly stabilizing
but
my
Hash
view.
Ladoon's presence
Here,
is
I
no
had no idea we were
coincidence.
driving up the sides of
Hive must
buildings.
have grander ambitions for the pyramid's
We were like driving
influences.
on the sides of buildings,
to me.
flipping off of
There is much
billboards,
to
going
discuss.
through train tunnels upside down. The sheer scope of disrespect that we were committing to this city was not apparent to me because when you're racing, the view is so straight and locked in that you don't really get that sense of vertigo or like, holy shit, I'm upside down right now. But seeing that replay, I was like, holy crap. That's like this, the Scarlet Keep, like you're so distracted by the enemies and, you know, there's enemies in the elevator and you don't realize you're scaling a pretty damn tall tower. and then you look out the window and it's like, whoa.
Wow.
That's the way I feel, okay? The art team appreciates me right now, okay?
Yeah.
Bungie's art team is like, yes! Thank you. Like, he fought to put the catch out there. They're like, nobody's gonna look. They're gonna be too busy fighting Hash Ladoon. Nobody's gonna look out the window. And he's like, yes, they will. If they look out there and they don't see the catch, they're gonna, no, we have to put it there. He's like, fine.
Mm-hmm.
And see? Right now, he's sitting at home like, he's got like a handkerchief. He's like, someone noticed. They noticed. They love me. They really love me.
Oh. No.
Come on, you gotta give Bungie's art team their due. They put in work.
That's true. That's true.
Are we doing another one?
Yeah, why not? And then we'll close out.
All right, Chikorita. Did you see what the active burn was? It's not void, is it? I think it's arc. I think it's arc, and I've just been fooking around like a butthead. Oh yeah.
Well, it was void for the night for the ordeal.
Well, we'll check when we land.
I don't know if it's the same.
I got another mask for the quiet one. Let me see. Ooh, it's got way more energy too. Keeping it. You know, it's so funny. I was just about to I was just on the verge of infusing it too. I was on the verge of infusing, yeah, because I wanted to use it, because it says you get healed on void kills and gain ability energy when you're damaged. I'm like,
created a glitch. Copies of them are stuck
That sounds
in a
interesting.
recursive loop. I need you to pursue and destroy them.
We could, but I thought you had the forest handled.
I do. In multiple timelines across many simulations.
Boop.
This is a rare exception.
ah,
Sure. We'll hunt some Cabal.
polishing my knees.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, it's the same guy as before. Okay, so you know what I say? Let's race him.
What?
Yeah, he wants to leave us behind in Savathun's tower. Let's show him just how far ahead we know how to go in this infinite forest caboozle. Let's make him follow us. What say you?
Okay.
Alright.
I'm down.
Pay attention to that portal. When we kill enough of the Cabal, the portal's gonna... Don't you dare, you heathen. Go kill the other things. Yeah, go. Get away from my portal. Go. Yeah. As soon as you get through the door, pull out a vehicle. About to show him. This ain't a game. You think this is a game? We played Destiny 1. You think this is a game? Loading pause! No! My
Oh
shoulder.
no!
Not. How did you get faster than me? Bios. Hey, this shit is hacks.
I don't know.
It's cheating. It's collusion is what that is. With your
Leap
bios.
hacks.
Loading up planets and stuff faster. Are those hives in the Infinite Forest?
Yeah, they're hard. What a... Is this an ogre?
That's what I was saying. I was like, who hired the ogre? Did you die? How are you supposed to be holding down? How are you holding down Team Penguin like this? Dear, he's really racing me right now. Oh, it's on. Oh, it's on. He hit him with the blade barrage. Let's go. It's all right, dear. I'll do it for Magnus. Cross the plain. Touchdown. Opening these doors. What, son?
Looks like the Vex are trying to re-establish control of the forest.
They can try. This forest is mine now.
The Vanguard would disagree.
Ooh, get out my way.
I didn't ask.
Dear, we're winning. I'm getting to it.
Ooh.
Have fun with those ogres. I'm out, son. This is ridiculous. This is the best thing ever.
You just ran past
I really did.
all the
And he's
ogres.
running past them, too. We are gonna have the lowest kill count for Tree of Possibilities ever. Oh wow, this is funny. This is actually a lot of fun. This is the best way to do Tree of Possibilities, bar none. Oh, but can you get across without opening the door? Friend? Ha! Oh my goodness. Look at me. I got across. Oh. My knees. Oh, gotta polish my knee for this one. Oh, the knees are coming out. Get them.
Uh-oh.
My knees are out, dear. Dear, this is the most fun I've had doing Tree of Probabilities in a very long time. This is absolutely hilarious. Oh, the door is open. The door of fate shall open. That's a House of the Dead 2. Yeah. You throw a knife at me? Ah, nah, don't you throw your salt knives at me. Trying to hit me with them sodium knives. Nah, buddy. Nah, buddy. Now you know how it feels. Thought you could just hit us with the Hash Ladoon Express, huh?
The Hash
Man out here
Ladoon
hitting me
Express.
with the Hash Ladoon Express. Like, what? Leaving us behind. Causing our knee lobes to get all stuck in the tree folds. No, my friend. I have unlimited shoulder charge, okay? You're gonna learn today. Wait, where did he go?
That chasm in front of us looked uninviting.
Oh,
so
no,
I
he's-
simulated a sparrow for
He
you.
got ahead. No. Dear, he just jumped across the gap.
Oh, did he take a
He
shortcut
jumped across the
somehow?
gap without fighting the Cabal. I should have known. All right. It's okay. No. All right, Vlad Draco 13. I know your game attack. The best thing ever. We need to make more meta rivalries like this. How now, sir? Like, oh gosh. So, where are you at present? We're in like the last part of the stage. Are you still in the forest?
The area that. No, I'm in the area
SRL
that's
part?
basically an
Okay.
SRL. Yeah, the SRL part.
Oh,
I mean, I
no,
ran
Vlad
through most of
Draco,
the
I
enemies
like your
too.
raincoat.
Like, I wasn't gonna stand there and fight everything.
Okay. Here, tell Vlad Draco how much I like his raincoat. And that he can't run, because I'm the Juggernaut.
I think he
Come on, tell him.
says that he's the Juggernaut,
He likes your raincoat. What about the raincoat?
and he likes
about
your
the raincoat.
raincoat. Like your
Tell me about the raincoat, dude. Oh, that home stretch, I got him. I got him at the last second. Oh, the knees. The impact of my knees. This is what happens when you do your knee exercises, right? Do your squats. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, no, you didn't. Broke my heart. Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh man.
Truly a rivalry for the ages. This was the greatest run of Tree of Probabilities I think I've ever seen.
So, where's this Valis?
Yo, can we kill
Wait
Brachus
for
though?
it.
Can we do that early? Can we do that early though? Can we get him? Nah, I don't think we can do it. If all three of us had been here, or if I had my super, I think we would have got him. I think he's gonna get away.
Oh, I just
Yeah,
got
he
here.
got away.
They're securing the grid.
That was honestly a really fun way to do that though. I didn't know you could skip that much in Tree of Probabilities. I was just kind of winging it that whole time, but wow. You can skip a lot in this mission. You can really just run through this, yeah without killing a lot of things. And you can skip huge
Yeah,
chunks of
seriously,
it without even
seems
opening the
like-
doors to make the rest of it appear. Don't do that. You're not a PlayStation. How do you do that? You and your long silences.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No,
Like
I
you
was
start
just
saying
thinking,
something and then you
like,
kinda stop.
Does
he
anyone else
won.
feel like we've done this
Alright.
before?
Why do you keep
Alright, you
asking
win.
that? I was the active ghost last time. Now it's
Oh, he
you.
won?
Yeah.
I've never asked.
Oh,
for
he
it.
did,
killed
he
him?
won.
Aw.
I got
I
locked
swear you
out.
did.
Alright, sir.
There's something
Indeed.
strange about this forest.
Mm.
That was good, though. I think we did good. You know, you just always got to give 110%. You hope you play good, and you want to play good. I think we played pretty good tonight.
Alright, let's head to the tower then.
You love it.
He didn't even hang
Nah.
around.
He was like, oh, man, they're getting serious. Let me get out of here.
He just left.
He said they're getting way too serious up in here. Mm-mm. I made him sweat a little bit. Had him sweating. He should have been, too, because we were seriously racing each other throughout the entire thing.
Yeah, I don't think I saw you past a certain point. I was like, wow. And then I was running past all these enemies that just looked befuddled. They were just like,
Like, should we shoot her?
Well-
Because the other two didn't, I mean...
It was very
Is this a training
befuddled.
exercise? He said, no. You see, we're practicing the benign neglect.
The benign neglect.
If we let them just run through the forest, you know, and don't shoot at them, you know, maybe they won't shoot at us. The benign neglect. Then we- yeah, then you'll
Benign.
Just never before just seen just a scene where like you just know how it's gonna end. It's like, oh man, dude, ah, jeez, why did you have to say that? He's like, oh really? He's like, oh really? Oh, the benign neglect. Oh yeah. Pow. Oh yeah, I never thought of that. Fuck.
Oh.
I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing, but it was so funny. Oh, my butt hurts. Oh, my soul, my heart,
Your butt.
my booty.
Oh. Squeeze. I said squeeze.
Pumbaa, not in front of the kids. I don't know. She's not telling me what that sound is. I don't know. I think the new Lady Gaga album came out, and she's just like, I think it's like, you know, it's coming off of her.
Well, that was just Shake Your Groove then.
Well, how was I supposed to know that?
Yeah. But it sounded like Shake Your
We
Groove.
were doing the
then.
instrumental, though. I'm sorry. He was doing the instrumental straight off the mental. Exploding like popping some Mentos.
Like popping some Mentos.
He said exploding like popping some Mentos.
Oh, I think we got some clan
Oh,
engrams.
you know what? More than likely.
Yeah.
More than likely. My postmaster is full, so I figured I'd run here first. Hard case stompers. Oh boy. Legion Bane. You know, one of these days, I would love to pick up a blue that I want to equip. Like, not for nothing. Like, it's literally a dead class of weapon. I'm sorry, it's a dead class of item that you will never, ever, 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 ever touch again. Once you get some legendaries in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad destroying them sometimes. I'm like, you know what? Somebody from the art team had to, like, model this thing and color it. And there's a set of roles and programming data for it. And I mean, it's here, but as soon as I look at it, I just delete it. I'm just like, oh, legendary shards, thank you. Oh, weapon parts.
Goodbye.
Like, I feel bad doing it, because I'm like, somebody worked on this, and I'm just... Its entire purpose, past a certain point, is to just be deleted.
Shall we begin then?
Just straight deleted. Ooh, wow. I had no idea I had this much bright dust. Oh, give me a sec. I'll burp. Give me 2 seconds. I know we're about to crab, but just can you give me a sec? Sorry. You're right.
Yeah.
I've been living my life like I only got one YOLO. Up, down, left, right. I just entered in the cheat code. Gun sing like an American Idol or E show. Based on my tape, but I've never been a hero. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I thought I threw up the burbs.
Oh, okay. Good.
All about them burbs. I just had to, I was, talking to Shax about, evacuating the undesirable elements from the tower. Yeah, Shax and I were
Evacuating.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
talking about, you know, how best to get rid of there's like a you know what? So about them about the Almighty. It's pretty high up there, isn't it?
Yeah. It
I am so
is
uncomfortable
pretty
right now. Oh, no,
Okay.
don't mind me.
Alright.
I was
Well,
just cheesing a little bit. I was just checking on our thumbnail. You know, Shax was asking me what and how. You know, the last time he saw me in the Crucible, so I figured I'd tell him how.
okay. I see.
Instagram.com.
Alright.
Sports access for playlist. At next week. At Her Infernal Majesty. Plug. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. I put that clip in on today's post. It's quite amazing.
Cool.
Like,
What?
how?
How? I've never. That's awesome.
You did it again. You've never what?
I've never heard Shaq say
either.
that. Crazy.
That was definitely a first for me. I can tell you what, how, though. So, listen, dear, you have to see this clip. Like, the first guy gets arrowed in the face. Alright? That's step one. The first guy got arrowed in the face. His friend tried to come around with a Suros and got arrowed mid-slide when he thought he could slide shotgun and then Suros. I jump in the air. Super. Come down with the maul on one of their teammates. Boom. Run towards the other guy, who's like way off in the distance. But then I realize there's two of them there, not one of them. So I throw a grenade in front of the one that's all the way in the back, hammer the one in the front. The guy that's in the back gets hit by my grenade, freaks out, and jumps away. And by the time he's jumping away, I'm already on the other side, like, yeah. So, I feel like if you watched it in slow motion, it'd be pretty awesome. I may just do that, and then send it to you. But it's a pretty cool clip, and I don't think Shaq's freaking out will ever get old. Just,
No.
He's such a fun character.
Like a. Hello?
Just doing single ladies in front of the
I think I
noodle
lost
shop.
your
I'm just gonna
sound.
walk away from this. I don't know. I was just walking. I saw some nut dancing in front of the noodle shop. Just, I don't know. Just, you know, you see all sorts of things here in the tower. So I should be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised by now, but you know, just, Guardians find a way, right? Guardians always find a way. As you were. Like I'm just walking and I'm just like, wait a minute. She has not been stopped yet. I wrote Luke Smith a letter like weeks ago saying that she must be stopped. Maybe let this go too far. What? Oh my God. Look what you've done, Luke
Nothing.
Smith. This is what the. Am I being creepy ass. Jojo Mofro is just like, she with you? I thought she was with you. Oh, great. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
If you put a ring on it, they will come. sit there and so you just gonna take one of my pigeons and put them on your leg, like that's a thing to do. Oh, and that's why you don't touch the good feathers. Mm-hmm. Nah, nope. You brought that on yourself, buddy. So, I suppose it's that time, isn't it?
It is.
Do you think they enjoyed? Do you think they enjoyed today the discussions within? I think we had a nice little thing.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, if they want to hear more of our shenanigans, they should follow us on the Instagrams,
Agreed.
the Facebooks, the Twitters, the
That's
YouTubes,
Stop fighting. We all appreciate it.
And,
and
here it comes.
especially
Take cover.
InfernoPenguins.com.
InfernoPenguins.com.
Yeah.
AKA the House of Snout. AKA the homes of the crow's nose. AKA the origins of the Curse of Gabriel. AKA hashtag Oswald was here. Nothing? No, yeah.
Oswald. Yeah. Hashtag.
Don't be sweeping up my breadcrumbs? Bro.
All runs together, doesn't it?
Just sweeping up my breadcrumbs.
No Oswald's left behind.
No Oswald's left behind. You heard the lady.
It helps. Trust
Follow us on all the things. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. Even though we like to say dead game or worst season ever. At the end of the day, all it takes is a couple of pigeons, some breadcrumbs, and a pop culture dance to bring us Guardians together. And I know you'll be back, because we all want to see what happens when that thing crashes. We all want to see it. But until then, so these people stop stepping on my pigeons.
There's all sorts of craziness happening here. There's two sweepers. There's one person doing some
I
crazy
didn't
leg
think my
dance.
breadcrumbs were that messy. Y'all are just making me self-conscious. But good night, everybody. Heathens, get away from my birds. I'm telling Saint 14. I'm telling Saint 14. Y'all keep messing with my pigeons. My pigeons. Thank you, dear. Thank you. I agree. Agreed. Agreed.